Hello, grade 11s and 12. Welcome to a session of MathLit, and we will be looking at how to deal with tariffs in grade 11, which is also examinable in grade 12. So we need to understand what tariffs are and how it is calculated. Okay, it is important to first have an idea of what a tariff is. There's tariff in every country, and it is managed by each municipality when we come to the context of South Africa. What are the things that we have tariffs on? There are so many things that we have tariffs on. But let's first look at how we can explain what tariff is. Okay, in terms of definition. Okay, especially when we have the block tariff, which is what we are going to be dealing with in our course of study. Now, this is just a way of valuing commodities used. And when we say commodities, we talk about essentials, such as water, electricity, even cell phone, all right, cell phone usage. A way of valuing commodities, essentials such as water, electricity, or cell phone, all right, in a category. And why do we do this? Why do we actually put these things on? Why are there tariffs? All right, it is to control usage. Number one, to control or help manage usage, because we are simply saying the more you use, the more you pay. The more you use, the more you pay. All right. Two, to bring fairness to the cost of living. So we make it fair. If you don't want to pay more, then manage, don't use more. Three, to assist the less privileged. So you would see something like saying, if you use this much, then it's free. But if you begin to use more than that, then you start paying. So it helps people to actually reduce and manage usage. A few more can be added. But these are just basic, reasons why we have tariffs. And what are the things that can be tariffed? Electricity can be tariffed, water, even petrol can be tariffed. Import and export, if you import this much, you pay so much. If you import more than that, tariffs are more of taxes. Okay, now let's quickly talk about VAT. Very important. Value. Okay, in South Africa, in SA, it is 15% of the cost. All right. So when we ask you to calculate VAT inclusive, to calculate the cost VAT inclusive, we will just say the cost multiplied by 1,15. Please take note. And to calculate tax alone, value added tax alone, then we'll say 15%. I need to do an example of that for you quickly. 15% times the cost itself. I want you to know when you use 1,15 and when you use 15%. Just going to explain that so that we don't get confused. So VAT, the full meaning of VAT is value added tax. Value added tax. For example, so you can pause the video if you still need to write there, in case you're not done. E.g., let's say something really cost 200 Rand, okay? Now, what is the VAT on that? VAT will be 15 over 100 multiplied by 200. So the original cost, let's say this is the original cost, exclusive of VAT. Let's quickly do some calculations here. Original cost of an item, VAT exclusive, is 200. Now, what is the amount of VAT that will be paid on that? You put that in a calculator and you're going to get 30 Rand. Please put that in a calculator and get 30, 15. Get my own calculator to show you. So it is 15 over 100 multiplied by 20, which is, by 200, which is 30 Rand. Now, what is the cost? VAT inclusive. There are two ways of doing this. Number one is to say the cost exclusive, all right? VAT exclusive plus, let me write that well, using different bracket. Cost exclusive of VAT, you need to get what this is, plus the value added tax amount itself. So it is 200 plus 30, and that would give us 230. Or I could work with percentage by saying 200 times 1,15. You'll be shocked at what we will be getting. Working with percentage times 1.15. Check your answer. 230 as well. So you need to know and read the question very well to see what you are doing. All right. So you can multiply by 1.15 or you can add the value. What if we were told that an item with VAT costs 230 and we need to find out its original price without VAT? How do we do that? How do we do that? What are we going to do? How do we get that done? To say, let me give you the question. All right. An item cost 230. All right. VAT inclusive. What is the cost without VAT? What is the cost without, that is exclusive, without the VAT? That is, if there was no VAT, what would we have? This is what you do. You take the price. Now you are reversing. You're going back. All right? Times 100, because it's always a percentage, over 115. The question is, where did we get the 115 from? Remember, VAT is 15% over the 100%. So usually that's why we have, or here, I could have also said 200 times 115 over what? 100. The 115 came because we said the item is 100% plus, and I put the what percentage? Plus 15% what? VAT. That's where the 115 came from. If you put 115 over 100, you'll get 1,15. I hope that makes sense. That's where this 115 is coming from. But now I am reversing, going back. Do you see? It's no longer 115 over 100. It is now 100 over 115. Let's see what our calculator would give us. 230. When I am reversing, the percentage goes up, the amount with the VAT goes down. 200 Rand. Can you see we're back at 200 Rand? Please watch that again, write that note down, know what to do and when to do what to do to get what you want. If I am looking for the VAT inclusive, 115 over 100, or, so it's either I use that, or I multiply by that, or the original multiplied by the VAT value itself. All of these are giving me the same what? Answer. But when I'm reversing, check the percentage, which is 100, goes above, and the 115. So I've reversed those values as well. This is needed when we want to calculate tariffs. Awesome. I hope this page really helped. I didn't plan to look at this page, but I'm sure definitely has assisted someone in understanding that. Okay. Oh, yeah. Look at the examples of things that we have here. All right. Electricity. Usually, please take note. Let's quickly talk about this electricity one. Very important. All right. The units, electricity would always be measured in what you call kilowatt hour. Okay. And the unit of the cost, please check. In most cases, it comes as cents. Divide, here's the note, divide by 100 to convert to rands. I'll be doing a few of that because what you are given is in cents. I'm going to come back to explain the table. And what you have here is just a meter reading. And just watch my highlighter. This is how we're going to be reading the value. So when the municipality representatives come, they check this value, all right, and come back after a month and then check that value again and they subtract. So units used is calculated as new reading. Please write these formulas down. New reading, READ, minus old reading. That's how we're going to first calculate the number of units of electricity used. Number of units used. For example, if we come now and check your reading, and let's say the old reading is 3482, and now we come, the new reading, as this meter is showing, 3507. I need a number here. 35073. Okay, this one is already moving from 3 to 4. All right. Now, how do we calculate what is used? What did you use between that time? We would say 35073 minus 34821. And then we'll put that in the calculator and get the value that you have used. So this is important as it forms the basics of understanding 34821. So you have used 252 units in the time frame, usually per month. All right, in a space of 30 days. Okay, so this is just an extract from the city of Tshwane, just an example. I'll be coming back to this to show you what the blocks look like. So this is electricity. We have another one. This is water. Water is now measured in kiloliters. Please take note of the units. Water is measured in kiloliters, and this one comes in rands. You have to look at it very well. Please take note. Electricity comes in kilowatt hour. Water comes in kiloliters, KL. Another one is your cell phone. All right, so those who are on contract, but you have cell phone usage. You can't just be calling anyhow. So this is for economic management. You'll be able to manage your calls. You see, anytime per second, pay per second on MTN, Cell C, and then people check all of this and determine the length of the call. especially if you're on prepaid. You hear things like your first 100 minutes is free. That means you need to then watch how you use your 100 minutes. Awesome. So now let's go back to the real deal and let's see. I'm going to crop this page again and use it to explain how to calculate, because this is the main thing where we all struggle. Okay, so we're working by blocks. I'd like you to listen to this. We're working by blocks. Now, the blocks, if you check the first block there, it says, okay, so block. Our first block says 1 to 100 kilowatt hour. Block 2, 101 to 400 kilowatt hour. The more you use, the more you pay. Can you see the prices are actually going up? 400 to 650 kilowatt hour. Okay, and 4. And all of this is just within 1 month. All right. Once that month is over, we go back to the beginning and more. Okay, I just want to do something here. That's why I'm adding this. Now, it is important for you to calculate what you are allowed to use per block. In the first block, it says 1 to 100. So this is what you do. You calculate the margin in the first block. In the first block, you are billed for 100. So the maximum you can use is 100. How did I get that 100? 100 minus 1. In the second block, I would then say, what is my usage there? 400 minus 101. And that gives me 299. I'm going to do an example here. So this is the first thing you do. You check the margin in every block. Minus 401. What am I supposed to be able to use here? 249. And then greater than that will be that. All right. Now, let's say family A. Family A uses, and we know the price, right? It's 241 here, 241,37, 282,47, and what is this? 307. Okay, I'm just rewriting what's there for clarity. Some of you might not be able to see. And then you have 331,76. Now watch this. Family A uses 80 kilowatt hour for a month. What will they be paying? All right, this is very simple. Check. The 80 falls in block 1. We are within 100. So anything less than 100 stays in block 1. Oh, that's simple. So I'll just be saying, since I'm in block 1, 80 times 241,37. Remember, this is cents. I have to divide by what? 100. Boom. You're done. Hold on. Family B uses 180. What are we going to do? This is where the challenge comes in. Family B uses 180. Okay. You would first check 180 is greater than 100. Oh, so that means family B first used the maximum capacity in block 1. They are only allowed to use 100 for them to remain in block 1. So they've used all the 100. Oh, okay. So they've moved beyond block 1. Now we take whatever is remaining. And what is remaining? Let's get a calculator. So they used 180, right? But we subtract the capacity in block 100. Oh, so they used 80 more. Now you would check quickly. Please listen. 80 and 299. Oh, 299 is bigger than 80. Oh, okay. So the 80 remains in block number 2. So I have 80. I am not going beyond block number 2 because 80 is smaller than 299. Okay. So what would this be? Block 1, 100 times 241,37. 80 times block 2, 282. I'm going to do a lot of examples on this. We calculate, add, and divide by what? 100. Let's do the maths together. All right, so 241,37. Please grab your calculators and work with me. 24137. Remember, all of this is still what? Cents. Grab my calculator again. 80 times 282,47. What do we have? 22597,6. 22597,6. 22597. Now what do I do? I'm going to add both the values together. So 24137 plus 22597,6 would give me that 46734,6. 46734. 46734. But this is still cents, so the cost in rands will be you must show this calculation over what? 100. Put that in your calculator and you'll be getting 467 rand 35 cents. Why 35? It's 346. Let me quickly show you how we run that up. It's 346. All right, but money is always in two decimal places. So I'm checking 1, 2, which is 4. The number after the 4 is bigger than 4. So if it's a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, we change that to 1 and add it up to that. That's why we're going to get 467,35. Let's look at more examples on this. I want to look at more examples. Let's look at more examples. You may pause the video if you need to write. I need to make it as short as possible for you. Check this. Let's check this. If a family uses 430 units, let's check. Family C, 430 units. How do I go about this? I will start by, now 430. Remember, block 1, they are only allowed to use 100. So they finished their own 100. Okay? So I'll get a calculator and say 430 minus 100. Since they've used their 100, we have to bill them now in the block B for 330. But hold on. 330 is actually bigger than 299. It means they used all their block 2. Oh, 330 minus 299. So they have 31 extra. So 31 is not as big as 249. Watch my values. 31, I'm moving to the third block. It means they used all their second block, 299, and then I got 31. Check this. If I add all of this together, let's see what we are going to have. I'll repeat that. 100 plus 299 plus 31. 430. Let's go again. I'll start by looking at the first block. So I have 430. Let's subtract 430 minus 100. Boom. 330. Then again, 299. But what I have is bigger than 299. So 330 minus 299. Boom. 31. That's how I got my values. And then you come here and do the exact same thing we did. This will be 241,37. This is 282,47. This is 307 because I'm in block 3. Remember what we did? You multiply, you add, and then you divide by what? 100. I want to try one more. What happens if a family uses 600? Let's see what's going to happen. A household uses 600. Because once we get the categories, then we are done with tariffs. Family D, 600. Let's see. I'll start by saying, definitely 600 is bigger than 100. So they used all the block 1. So I'll get a calculator. 600 minus 100. We're left with 500. Oh, 500 is way bigger than 299. So 500 minus 299, 201. Okay, so 299. Right, so we've used our second block. 201. Oh, do you see that 201 is smaller than 249? So I'm going to stay here. Third block. If you add all of this together, 100 plus 299, always do that before you go on. 600 units. Great. Okay, what about family E? Let's check something. Family E uses 650. What are we going to have? Definitely, the first unit is more. It's 100. Okay, let's grab a card. So you do exactly what I'm doing. 650 minus 100. We have 550. Okay, let's subtract the second block because it's bigger than 299. If you get a negative, then you should stop. Minus 299, check. 251. Okay, 251. So that means they used all their 299. Take note of the answer remaining. 299. But 251 is bigger than 249. We said 251, right? Let's do that again. We said 650 minus 100 gave us 550. 550 minus 299. Now, we are in the third block. But in the third block, you can only use 249. But check where I'm sitting on. I'm sitting on 251. So I've used more than I'm supposed to use. Okay, by how much more? 249. Oh, 2 units more. So I'll come and write my third block, and then I write my 2 units. Let's check again. Always check. 100 plus 299 plus 249 plus 2. 650. Let me give you 2 questions to do for me quickly. 2 questions to do for me to tell me which block. All I need to do now is to multiply the prices, all right? Block 1, 241,37. Block 2, block 3, block 4. All right, let's try. Let's try. Let me give you a quick question. So we stopped at E. Family F and G. Let me break my board into 2. Family F and G. You pause the video once I write the value. Family F uses 480. And family G uses, let's see, 637. Just break it down into blocks quickly. Break it down into blocks. Once we get the breaking down into blocks, then it's easier. Okay. Sure you pause the video. Make sure you pause it in case you didn't pause. Pause the video. Get your answers first. All right. Now let's mark together. 450. So I'll start by saying 480 rather, minus the first block, which will give me what? 380. Okay. Ooh, I see. Then 380. So I'll take the 380 and say minus 299. What's our answer? Let's check. 380 is my calculator. 380 minus 299. 81. Oh. So it means this is what I'm going to be adding. Block 1, they used their 100. Then they used 299 because the value is still positive. And then they used 81. Are you seeing that? Let's put a I'm trying to show you another way of getting that. Can you see? 100, 299, 81. If you add all of those together, check 100 plus, this might actually be a lot easier for some of us, 480. Let's try this one. So I'll start by saying 6, let me get a white, 637. What's your first block? Minus 100. If you use your calculator, you get 537. Then I'll come and say 537. Once you get a negative value, you stop. 299. Let's see. 537 minus 299. What do you have? 238. Okay? Watch this. If I come here and say 238, I want to show you what I mean by negative value. Minus 249, that's my next block. Watch what I'm going to do here. In case you can't see which one is bigger. 238 minus 249. Negative. It means I'm not supposed to go there. Don't even try. You clean that. Now, what are my block usage? Let's draw it. That and that. I hope that makes sense. So I have 100 first block, 299 second block, 238 third block. I hope that makes sense. Let's try this method with 650. Oh no, I want to try something. All right. With 600. Before we look at questions, I need us to get how to count the blocks. G, H, 600, and I, 327. All right, I'll start by saying 600 minus 100. That will give me 500, right? Now, 500 minus 299. What will that give me? Just want to show, we've done this before, but I want to show you a different one using what I'm doing right now. Minus 299, 201. All right, then I say 201 minus 249. Let's see. 201 minus 249. Do you see I'm getting a negative? What do? I stop and I clean that. What are my blocks? 100. I hope that makes sense. Let's try this. So this would be what? 100, 299, and 201. Okay. Next one, 327. So we say 327 minus 100. That gives me 227. Then I'll say 227. I'm trying to check. Minus 299. Let's see. Let's see what's going to happen. 227 minus 299. Ooh, I'm getting what? A negative. When I get a negative, I need to stop. So what will my answer be here? My answer would be just the first two. So this is actually very beautiful. 227. Let's do a few more using this method. I think I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's do a few more using this method. Let's do a few more. I hope it's making sense to you too. 680, all right? 680 and 200. Let's see something. So I'll start by saying 680 minus 100. That will give us 580. Then I'll say 580 minus 299. Let's check what our answer would be. Grab your calculator quickly with me. 580 minus 299. 281. Then I'll say 281. What's our next block? 249, 28. Remember, I must keep getting a positive answer. 32. Oh, so this tells me I'm done because there are 4 blocks. Block 1, block 2, block 3, and block 4. I can't go beyond 4. 100, 299, 249, and 32. What about the 200? 200 minus 100 would give me 100. Now 100 minus 299. Let's check, just in case you can't see which one is bigger. I'm getting a negative. What do I do? Clean it. What's my answer? My answer should therefore be, I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. That actually makes a lot of sense to me. Okay? Let me give you one more to do. Because you need to be able to divide it into blocks. H-I, all right, J. Let's hope you get it right. J and K. J, you have, let's see, 412. And K, you have 832. Pause the video, get your answers, because I'm going to do the solutions now. Okay, so I'm back. 400 minus 100 would give us 300, right? So we have 300 minus 299. If you use your calculator, you get 1. All right, 1 minus 249 would actually give you a negative value. There's no need to use a calculator there. So I'm going to clean that negative 1. All right, the negative 1 is gone. What is my unit? There we go. So it is 100, 299, and 1. Then I multiply by the price. Okay, let's check this one. 832 minus 100 would give us 732. 732 minus 299. Let's see. 732, calculator. 732 minus 299. What will that give us? 433. Okay. Then I'll come here and say 433. What's my next block? Can you see the blocks arranged? 100, 299, 249. Just grab a calculator. 433 minus 249, 184. All right, I only need 4 blocks. So I'm already done with the 3. You only subtract with the 3. Block 1, block 2, block 3, and done. So it means in block 1, I would have 100, block 2, 299, block 3, 249, and block 4, 184. That's how we divide into blocks. Let me know if this makes sense and this has helped. Just give the video a like and drop a comment. Let me know. I'd love to read from you. Now, let's do just about 2 questions or so. Mr. John Matthew received a statement indicating water tariff. Now, this is water. It's basically the same story. For the month of March 2021, remember, monthly. Study the water tariffs below from DJB municipality. Okay. So we have that. Now, this one, it's a bill. This is now a water bill. This is not a tariff table. Get the difference. Here, it has been distributed. We're saying, let me make it bigger. You see, this is a statement. This is not a block. Now, what did this guy, Mr. Marty, and his family use? They used 6,110 kiloliters. And this is the price. Now, this one is in rands. Water comes in rands. Okay? Then they moved from that and used this second block. All right? and then the over one, third one. That's how it worked. So this is the bill. Use the information and the table above to answer the question below. Mr. Matthew asked his two sons to calculate the amount, including VAT, okay, that he has to pay, including VAT. A got 263, B got 258. John claimed that son B was correct. Verify showing all your calculations whether the statement is correct. Okay, just going to reduce this to allow me work on this particular page. Now this one is quite straightforward. We're not working in blocks. They've already given us, like I said, it's a water bill. So it will be 6,110 times 16,992,900. You multiply 4,073 times 17,326,130. All right. 2,817 times 24,063. Okay, let's do our multiplication now. This one is quite straightforward. 6,110 times 16.992. I hope you're also working it out with me. 900. 992,900. What do we have? 103,8. Don't round off quickly yet. Is that okay? 108,826. 619. Write the whole value. We will round off only when we are done with our calculations. Please, once you start running off, you'll be moving far away from the answer. So write the answer the way you have it. All right. So what do we have? 103,826,619. Grab your calculator again. I have to keep grabbing this calculator. 4,073 times 17, what? 326,130. All right, 4,073, 17, 326, 130. All right, beautiful. What do we have? Oh, so long. 70,569. 932,749. I just prefer that because some of us struggle with the rounding off story. So let's maintain 70,569 932,749. I have this written down on a page. All right, that's why you see me just writing. 2,817 times 24. 06370. Okay, I have my page here and I'm just going to write down 67,787,4429. Please confirm. 67,787,44. Now what do? I am going to add the total. Add the total. 103,826619 plus 70,569932749 plus 67,687,4429. Okay, what's the total amount? I've got 242,183,9945. 242 rand, 183,99. Now, it says including VAT. So what do? We take that amount, all right, don't round off, times 1,15, and this is going to be our final value, 5 marks. What do we have? 242,183. On your own calculator, you can simply use the answer button. 1839945 times 1,15. Check. 278,5115. I can now round off now. 51. Because the number after the 1 is a 1. Remember, okay, let me write this down. I need to explain how to round off correctly. 278,511,5937. 278,511,59. Now, 2 decimal places. I am going to count 2 numbers after the decimal. There. But check. The next number is less than 4. If it is 4, 3, 2, 1, then it doesn't affect my value. So, my answer is 278 Rand 51 cents. All right. Verify whether the statement, please, you need to read the question. Statement, invalid or incorrect. Invalid calculations for B. Or invalid statement. Since this is what we got, 278,51, but son B claimed it should be 258. We need to check which school that child is going to. Okay, but I hope it makes sense. Please do not round off until you are done with the calculation. I want to look for one that has to do with us dealing with the blocks like we did earlier on. So let's check. Okay. Oh, great. Here is one. Beautiful. 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 Good Boys Car Washing Bay is in an area where water is charged according to the water tariff structure. Now we have a structure. Look, the first thing you need to do, my dear learners, is to get the maximum in each block. In block 1, so this is what you do. You just take a pencil, rule a line for yourself there. In block 1, we can only use 6. 6 minus 0, 6. In block 2, 15 minus 6 would give us what? 9. In block 3, 30 minus, I hope you see what I'm doing. It's 15. 45 minus 30, this is the first thing you do, please. 60 minus 15 minus 45 will also give you 15. So you are calculating the amount per block. That is key. Now, use the table 2 above to answer the following. Okay, take value VAT, the value rate is 15%. Calculate how much Good Boys Car Washing Bay pays a month, including VAT, when they use 25 kiloliters of water. And give a reason why a step-up system of water tariff is used to charge water consumption other than a flat single rate. Okay, this will allow me to explain a few things. Now, let's see. Let's start. They use 25 kiloliters. So I'll start by saying 25 minus my first block. 25 minus 6. You grab a calculator. That should give you 19. Okay. Still big. 19 was our second block. Minus 9. That will give you 10. Remember, we stop when we get a negative answer. What is the next block? 15. 10 minus 15 would give you a negative 5. We're not going there. Clean that. What is your block now? Check. 6, 9, and 10. You are done. So, it is 6, 9, 10. I promise you, if you pick your calculator to add those units together, 6 plus 9 plus 10, you get the 25 that was used. Okay, so the first one, it's a 0. Oh, so it's free. 9 times 9,35, block number 2. 10 times, this is in rand, so we don't convert. All right, the one that comes in cents is electricity. 9 times 9,35. 84.15. Then we say 10 times 11.16. What would that give you? 111.6. What do? We add now. So just use your calculator again. 111.6 plus 84.15. What do we have? 195.75. 195.75. Now remember, we have to add the VAT to this one. So 195.75 times 1.15. What would our answer be? 195.75 times 1.15. 225.1125. Again, let's round up. 225.1125. 2 decimal places. Let me show you again here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line there. 2 decimal places. Now I'm going to check the number after my yellow line. The number after my yellow line is a 2, which is less than 4, or less than 5 rather. So it doesn't make any difference, and that's my value. 225 Rand 11 cents. Check your 6 marks in the bag. 6 marks in the bag. Okay, let's try one more for now. Martin's electricity billing system calculate cost of, I don't know if this is visible enough. Let me do this to make it very, very visible. Let me do this to make it visible for everyone so we can see. 1 second. Okay, so I'm going to put this on a full page and put the question as well on its own page. Awesome. Great. All right. Martin's electricity billing system calculate the cost of units used on a stepped tariff sliding scale. The meter reading on 01/08/2019 and 31/08/2019 are shown below. Remember, it's a month reading. Now, obviously here, you know what they're going to ask us, which we can already calculate. We can actually calculate that. Unit used. The new one minus the old one. Before we even go, you can see what the examiner is going to ask you. 01468. 211 units used. Kilowatt. Hour. That's the number of units used. Okay, let's go check the question. Study the meter reading above and table 2 below to answer the questions that follow. Okay, so we have a meter reading here. First thing, like I said, let us get what is the capacity per block. How do we calculate that again? We subtract, right? 150 minus 0, 150. Now, 350 minus 150, use your calculator, you'll get 200. 600 minus 350, use your calculator, you'll get 250. And the rest above. Okay. Write down the amount in cents charged for 1 kilowatt hour in step 1. Oh, step 1 means block 1. What is charged? It is 61.50. That's, you're just copying and pasting there. This is your answer. 61.50 cents. That's what is charged. Oh, I remember there was a question I didn't answer. I'll go back to it. 61.50 cents. All right. Calculate the total amount Martin paid for units used in August 2019 according to the above tariff. Give your final answer in rands and cents. Okay, so what did we calculate? We calculated that they used 211. Now, this is definitely part of my answer. When I want to write down my answer, I must copy that. So I'm going to write that as part of my answer. Unit used. Okay. Now let's divide it into the blocks. 211 minus, what's our first block? 150. That should give you 61. But let's work with you with a calculator. 211 minus 150, 61. Okay, then 61 minus, what is my next block? 200. Obviously, I see that it's going to be a negative, but let's do it so that you see what's going to happen. Where's that calculator of mine? 61 minus 200. Do you see it's a negative? Once I see a negative, I actually erase that. Now, what is in each block? I have two answers there. That's my answer. 150 in the first block and 61 in the second block. Times 6150. And in the second block, step 2, 82 rand 50 cents. Remember, all of these are in cents. Let's get a calculator quickly. All right. Let's bring that there. 150 times 6150. What do we have? 9225. That is in cents. Don't be confused. 9225. Let me get my calculator again and redo 61 times 82,50. What would that give us? 5032,5. 503. Now what do? You add. That will give you a 5. Use your calculator. 7, 5. All right, that will give me 2, and that will give me 14. Now, that is total in cents, but I have to convert to rands. How do I convert? Please show that conversion. It's important. It's a mark divided by 100. Now, here's what your calculator would give you. 142,575. This answer is still wrong. Why? It must be in 2 decimal places. So I'm going to stop at 2. Okay, so I'll write that 142. But check, the number after 7 is actually greater than 4. If it's greater than 4, that is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That number changes to 1 and it is added to the 7. And that is my answer. I hope this has helped. I have a few other questions which we would look at in lesson 2. You can take screenshots of this. But let's quickly get this done. Let's get this done. Let's do this. Last one. Just excited. In May, Leila used 15 kiloliters of water. She received the bill from the municipality that she must pay 61 rand 57 cents, VAT inclusive. All right. The following tariff system was used by municipality to bill Leila. Wait, she used 15 kiloliters. Okay. Identify the tariff that needs to be paid for water that is bigger than 10 kiloliters, but between 10 and 15. So this is what it means. Let's go through the table quickly. In the first block, 6 kiloliter or less. Okay. Second block, if it's more than 6 but less than 10, which means, let's see, 6 here, 10 minus 6, 4, 15 minus 10, 5, and then 5, And 30 minus 20 would give us what? 10. Okay, but now let's look at the question. They said bigger than 10, but less than 15. They said identify the tariff that needs to be paid for water which is bigger than 10. Can you see? It's written there in the table. Bigger than 10, da 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 da. So it's what? 6 rand 82 cents. You see? Bigger than. That's the statement we are using. Now, verify the amount to be paid for water used. For the water used. Verify that the amount paid for the water used is 61 rand 57. All we are doing is we are recalculating our own. Remember, we have 15 kiloliters. Beautiful question. So, it's 6,455.10. Let's start from the first one. We say 15 minus 6. Okay, because we're going forth and back for you. 15 minus 6. If you use your calculator, you're going to get 9. Then I'll say 9 minus, what's in our second block? 4. All right? Which is 5. Beautiful. And I'll bring that down. 5 minus, what's in our third block? Our third block is 5. Oh, and that gives me a 0. There's no need to continue since I have a 0. Anything less than 0 would give me a negative. So, check. That's actually it. The same system. First block, 6. Second block, 4. 5. So 0 in the last block, which doesn't make sense. We're not there. All right. Tariff in the first block is 0. Free. So basically times 0 rand. Tariff in the second block, 4,86. In the third, 6,82. Okay, there's no need to put the, because 0 times any other thing is 0, so that one is of no use. Let's get a calculator. 4 times 4,86. What will that give us? 19,44. Let's check the next one. 5 times 6,82. 34,1. Now, then you add. You have 4. Use your calculator to add. You have 3 there, and you have 5. Okay, let's confirm that calculation. 19,44 plus 34,10. And that gives us 53,54. Remember, this is a water bill. A water bill comes in rand. Now, verify that the amount to be paid for water is that, including VAT. They said VAT inclusive. So what do we need to do here? We need to calculate VAT inclusive. And we did that in our first slide. 53,54 times 1,15. Let's check. Oh, no, sorry. Getting the wrong 2 there. 53,54 times 1,15. 61,57. Perfect. Wow. It's 171. Remember, 2 decimal places. Done. What is the question? Verify. Also, please write your conclusion. Statement is correct. Statement is correct. I hope it makes sense. I hope it makes sense. I've got a few more questions, but I won't be doing them. Please take a screenshot and watch out for lesson 2. Make sure you subscribe so that you are able to get when we post lesson 2, lesson 3, and more other sections on MathLit that could be challenging. And you can drop us a note under the comment section of what topic you would like us to do for you. Please screenshot, do the question, and watch out for lesson 2. Remember to subscribe. Look at that other question. And if there's any question you would like us to do, share it with us. All right, share it with us, and we will do it with our with these questions and more in lesson number 2. I want to do the cell phone question. Oh yeah, this is the cell phone question. I'm going to do that in lesson 2. And this is not cell phone. This is electricity. I'm seeing postpaid and prepaid. Okay, electricity question and that. Okay, screenshot, I hope you did. Now, there was a question I remember that I omitted here. Was it this one? The one that had to do with, the one that had to do with, They said, calculate how much, we did all that, right? And give a reason why a step-up system of water tariff is used to charge water consumption other than a flat rate. A flat rate means no matter what you use, everybody pays the same, which is not fair. What about people who traveled and not at home? They didn't use any water. They have to pay for what they didn't use. You see, it's unfair. People who use more get to pay less. And that takes us back to my slide here that talks about why do we need a tariff? It's to control and help people manage, bring fairness. No, this is not fearless, it's fairness. Sorry about that. Fairness to the cost of living and to assist the less privileged. You see, between 0 and 6, they said free. That means a less privileged family can just use below 6 kiloliters of water and still manage for the month without paying. And that is it. I hope the session has helped. I'll see you in lesson 2. Remember, like, share, and give us a comment. We'd love to read from you. Tell us what you understood. Tell us what's still challenging, and we'll be able to help you. This is Crazy Physics signing out and saying, keep well, keep safe. See you in lesson 2. Don't forget to subscribe so that you would get notification when we post our next lesson. Goodbye, everybody.